Hey guys, so we're going to get started on German diction this week in our new online learning. Yay! What I want to do first here is just give you an overview of some stuff that you're going to see in German that's a little bit different than any of the other languages we study. Then we're going to dig into the vowels. Just like we did with Italian, I'm going to start with the most complicated information and build it out to the easiest information that will come later. So that means, like most languages, we're going to start with the vowels, vowel combinations, the different sounds that German makes, all of that. So the next couple videos I'll be posting will all be about vowels, but this one is just kind of an introduction to some nuances, we'll put it that way, of the German language. I realize some of you might be a little bit nervous about being headed into German, but rest assured, I think it will be pretty straightforward as we go along. The first thing that I want you to know about German is that it's a very consonant-heavy language. They put lots of consonants together, and then they also really, which is very much like English, they use them for emphasis. So if I want to emphasize something in a phrase, I will be heavy on the consonant to show you which words I want to emphasize. Do you hear that? We do it in English too. For instance, come here has a different tone to it than just come here. So we are used to emphasizing these consonants. I just want you to kind of make that correlation between English and German so that as we get into it and you're becoming more artistic with your texts, you will dig into those consonants to really show us what you want to say. The next thing to know as you look at your text is that all of the nouns in German will be capitalized. So they will capitalize the first letter of every sentence, just like we do in English, and then they'll capitalize every single noun. That's a little bit odd to us with English, but if you think about it, we do the same thing with pronouns, so they've just extended it to all of the nouns. So, for instance, if you look at this sentence that I've written for you, Ich stand in dunklen Träumen, you see we have a capital T over here. This, which is the word for dream, is the noun. Oh, another thing to point out. Do you see these two little dots? That's called an umlaut. We will be seeing them a lot in this language. It affects the pronunciation of the vowel. More videos on that to come. The next thing is just that the words can be rather long sometimes. So we're going to go back, just like with Italian, kind of getting in that kindergarten mindset and just realize these words are to be sounded out. When you see long words, break them into parts and you can understand them better. The reason many of the words are so long in German is that this is a language built on compound words. English is similar. Again, we have, for instance, there's the word for book and the word for shelf. We don't make a new word to have bookshelf. We just put two words together that added together will have that meaning. German takes this to the extreme sometimes, but I want to show you a few examples just so you kind of see what we're in for here. So let's see. This is our first one. This is Handschuh. If I take this apart, I'm going to move this over here. This, Hand, is the word for hand, you might have guessed. This shoe, sounds like shoe, doesn't it? Is actually the English, translated into English is shoe. Well, let's do the math. Why do they have a word Handschuh? So, a shoe that you wear on your hand, guess what? It's a glove. Let's do another one. This is Tintenfisch. Move this over. Tinten, the word for ink, plus fish. What would be an ink fish? Squid. Tintenfisch is a squid. Regenschirm. Regen is the word for rain. Schirm is the word for shield. Some languages might just make a new word instead. German puts them together. Regenshield, to us, it's an umbrella. And our last example here, I have Fleder, which translated means flutter. plus mouse. Sounds just like our word, and it is correct. Mouse. A mouse that flutters. A bat. So these longer words, as you can see, a lot of the time they're just made up of smaller words. Smash them together, they create a new meaning. It's honestly kind of fun. Of course, occasionally that does lead to some extreme examples. This word before you is officially the world record holder for the longest word in all of the languages. Rechtsschutzversicherungsgesellschaften. But we can forget about that for now.